let your best be the way you worship, not in how the worship sounds and how it looks. Like, just let it be in how you worship. He wants our best, and he wants our all.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Sunday Spot Podcast. I am your host, Chloe Williams, and as always, I'm with my mom, which is also my co-host.
Hello!
And today we are so excited because we have another special guest.
What's up?
Carson Garrett.
Woohoo!
So Carson, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit.
Like she said, my name's Carson Garrett. I'm a worship leader. I make music. I write songs. I also am 19 years old. So we'll dig into more about me, I'm sure.
Sweet.
And you graduated with Chloe.
Yeah, we graduated in the same class. Sounds like I didn't graduate.
Right.
Okay, so to start off, I'm going to ask you a couple of quick fire questions. So the first one being, what is your favorite Bible verse?
Probably Jeremiah 29:11. It's my family verse. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope in the future. That was like our verse growing up, so.
Really?
Yeah, so that's kind of like why it's just engraved in my head.
I think last week I had shared that
Yeah, you did.
I had not heard, I'm sure I heard that verse growing up, but I never really understood it at all.
You didn't?
No, I didn't really hear it, understand it, whatever. I sat there 40 years old, newly divorced, in church, and heard it the first time, and I just cried and cried. Well, I mean, that's when I understood it fully.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Got it. So, yeah, that's a good one.
Super
Okay, so before I get into the super deep question.
super deep question.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I know that you do worship and you're a worship leader. So if you could listen to one worship song on repeat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh no.
Ooh.
What?
This isn't even the deep question.
It's that chicken
This one I gotta think deep.
Chicken banana.
Definitely not.
No.
No.
It's not even a worship song.
I know. Oh, okay. You said worship song?
You have a very different definition of worship songs. I feel like.
What do you mean? Like, do I need to dig into what I mean by worship?
Well,
okay, do you mean like worship, or do you mean like just Christian? You know?
Anything.
Like, okay, so I'm going to go with worship, like leading worship. What would I pick? Just to do one more song the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Just one song. A good one is Here As in Heaven. I love that one.
That's a good song.
But right now I'm really sold on Center by Bethel and Abby Gamboa.
Ooh.
So
I've heard it.
I'm going to go with that one for now. Just note that it would change.
I know. I
can't
song
pick
has
one.
a season.
Yeah, I can't pick one. But like if I had to, let's go with Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to listen to that. I know that you have like a particular taste or particular view on what's Christian music, like if Christian music is a genre.
Yeah.
We'll debate in our
Let's
church.
hear this.
We want to dive into that?
Yeah. Go for
Okay,
it.
so do you have a stance you have currently in that?
I mean, I used to think that it was a genre, but after you explained it, I kind of was like, maybe not.
Should I explain this?
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
So
You should, 'cause I don't.
my senior year, me and Dylan, who you just saw last week, we had this argument. I brought up Ann Wilson. I was like, she's this Christian country singer, and he was like, no, she can't be Christian country. She's only Christian. And I'm like, no. She's a Christian singer that sings in the genre of country. And then pushing forward, this went on for I don't even know how long. It still goes on to this year, honestly. And basically, I'm just gonna say Christian music is not a genre. Christian music is a topic of song. Like, to define a genre, it's there's so many different, like, it's like background, it's sound, like there's so much that defines a genre, and you can't define it by the lyrics.
Right.
Like, I could be singing Brandon Lake,
Right.
KB, Ann Wilson. They're all completely different genres, but all Christian. So that's my stance. And then there's many points that he's made back that have like semi made sense. like he brought up the point of what if it's like subgenre, like pop Christian, or like you're mixing two sounds. I would say, because like, no, because you have like pop and country. That's become a thing. We've made our own sound. But whenever you mix Christian and pop, the sound doesn't change. It's just the topic. So Christian just gives a topic to a song. If that makes any sense.
That makes total sense to me.
Like, that's explained perfectly.
Y'all who are watching this,
Yes.
you would have to hear the argument for this to make more sense as to why we're talking about that.
Yeah.
But just a little background.
But if they have like a Christian music festival,
Right.
they say Christian music festival.
Yes.
And you can have, like, you have rock, you have country, you have rap,
Everything.
and you see the whole gamut of it. And
Yeah.
you don't, like, if you go there, that's why I go, I could do without that group because
Without that,
it's,
yeah.
you know, I
And-
don't maybe like that genre.
Right. And like the whole, like,
Christian.
the underlying, the reason they're all Christian is just because what they're all singing about.
Right.
Nothing else. Just what they're singing about.
Nice.
Except I will say this. Worship music does have its own sound. Like what we sing in church, you're not going to find that in any other genre. So I would say worship music is its own genre, but Christian and as a whole, that's not a genre.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now onto the deep question.
Okay.
Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Thank
What?
you. Yes.
I
Okay,
love
what's
waffles.
your reasoning? What's your reasoning?
They're crunchy.
Right.
They taste almost the same. It's like the same batter, but
And-
it's just crunchy.
And they have little pockets of butter
To hold
and
your butter
syrup.
and syrup.
It's like little pockets of love.
Right.
Really.
It's so much better. A pancake is not nasty. I won't do a pancake like that, but it's
Yeah.
not nearly as good as a waffle.
Right.
Pancakes are good. The only thing I would complain about pancakes is that the syrup and butter absorb so fast that you can't even taste it afterward. But I do like pancakes better.
Well, the waffles just have that crunch.
And you can't get a quick and easy pancake in the morning like you can get an Eggo's waffle. Cooked
That's
up in the
true.
toaster in less than a minute.
Eggos. I found a really good one at Trader Joe's. They're Belgian waffles.
Wait,
You
Trader Joe's? Where are you going to Trader Joe's?
You have to travel.
Yeah.
Do you travel to go to Trader Joe's?
We do.
Where do you travel
We
to?
have to travel like an hour.
An
to 2
hour,
hours,
you go
depending on where you
to-
go.
I don't know the name of it.
To go to a
That
grocery
this last
store?
weekend
Yeah.
we were hanging out in Columbus, so we stopped at Trader Joe's.
I guess.
It's not like we'd go all the time.
Just like maybe
In the last little
once a
while we
month.
went, you
The
know.
local Myers does the job.
Does
Doesn't have
it?
the same thing.
Does it though?
It does. I don't know what this one thing is.
There's like multiple things.
Have you not ever been to a Trader Joe's?
They're not near us. I mean, I gotta drive an hour and a half out of the way to
Not
go
bad.
get groceries.
An hour.
Columbus?
Well, no.
is an hour and a
there's
half
one-
away.
But there's one an hour from here.
Oh.
52 minutes to be
Okay, well,
exact.
from Dalton or
From right here.
exposing
Yes.
where we live. Everyone who knows me knows where I live. So
It's okay.
Yeah, but it's 52 minutes to get there from here.
okay, say that. Where is this at again?
I don't remember.
Like north.
When I type it into the GPS knows.
What
and
direction does it take you? Like,
North. Like
okay, so
towards
up
Cleveland.
Okay, yeah. Cleveland.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't care about location. That's like my whole promotion. Not promotion, but like they'll
There's
tell me,
other stores
Let
there, too."
everybody on your social see where you live. I've yet to do that, but like the environment you live in, you know, and
We live in the middle of
Buggies.
nowhere.
Amish. That's what they want me to like.
Promote that you're from.
Not necessarily promote. I don't like the word promote. We can dive into that later.
Oh.
But like
Promote.
just kind of just let them know who I am, what my life's like.
Yeah, but that's your background. I mean, that's where you're from. You should be proud of that.
Well, okay. I'm not proud of that. I just don't like the word promote in the sense of Christian music.
Oh,
that's-
because you think that that's something that should be organic
I think
and that should be a
I don't
God
like the
thing.
I don't like the idea of promoting yourself. I guess it's kind of a necessary thing anymore if you want to dive into that career. But like, I think there's ways to go about it without it being strong self-promotion, if that makes sense.
Nice.
But we can dive into that. I don't know what questions you have for me.
Well, I had some questions about like your music because
Okay.
I know that you write music
Right.
and obviously you sing too.
Yeah.
So, what does your songwriting process look like?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Okay, so it's changed a little bit. So how I first started, I originally started writing, actually, this is a whole journey. This is a whole like testimony-ish kind of thing. Dive into my testimony
Let's go.
a little bit. So when I first started music, I started doing non-secular. Like when I first started writing songs, I wanted nothing to do with writing Christian music.
Oh.
It felt too much like following my dad's footsteps into my grandpa's footsteps. Like it just, I didn't want anything to do with it. And I was also like obsessed with secular music. So once after that, like I went to a kids camp, led worship, changed my heart. And then I started writing worship music. And the way I'd write worship music is just by worshiping. Like that's how I'd write a song. I'd go into like spontaneous worship. Like you've seen me do it here.
Right.
Like, and through that I say that's God speaking through me, because I'll get either a song title or a line that I'll put in a song. I like write it down. And like that's how I'd come up with worship songs.
So for instance, the Holy Spirit just shows up.
That's kind of like I'll pray sometimes before I write a song too. I was like, God, I don't want to say anything new. You speak through me. And that's kind of how I go about writing songs. Now that I've started my writing songs and like in sessions in Nashville, it's a little different. It's not necessary, because like right now I'm not even writing worship songs. I'm just writing like Christian contemporary songs, you know, and it's more structured-ish in a sense. Not really structured, but a little bit. And so we go into these rooms, you'll meet these new writers, you'll, you know, say who you are, about yourself a little bit, get to know each other. And then we'll either look at song titles or, like, I have a list of song titles, just a ton.
That you just wrote down.
Yeah, a mix between me and, I'm sure I can say his name, Matt. Just a list of songs we've written down, song titles. That was his idea. He was like, just get you a list of song titles going, and then you can, like, work backwards on them.
Really?
That's pretty cool.
So I started doing that, and I have a ton of them. And so like we'll go into these rooms and we'll all look at either song titles, or I'll go into the room with an idea for a song already. So like I'll have voice memos. Like when I write at home, I'll just have something like that. So like take Bail Money. I wrote Bail Money, that idea, and then we took it to Nashville. We were like, we really like this one part. We really like the idea of this. Let's take this and turn it into something new. So my last Nashville trip, we rewrote Bail Money. And now it's like, it's really good. So like I'll go into these rooms with ideas or song titles, and we work backwards on them. We'll come up with a melody, lay down tracks, and just write. Like you could honestly write 3 different versions of a song in one session. Like we'll have, for verse 1, we'll have 3 different ideas for it. So like essentially you wrote 3 different verses for one spot. So like it's structured in a sense, but also not entirely.
Was that intimidating at first?
Still is.
Wow, okay.
Still is intimidating. Like, okay, you got it. Like these people they've worked with, these bigger artists who have been doing it for a while, and
Right.
like, I'll bring an idea in a room, but I'm like scared to say something about it. Which I've been working on it, and I've talked to Matt and Matthew about it. But like, it feels like I'm saying I know better than you. Like,
Right.
if I say my idea is better than yours. Which, obviously, that's not what they're going to think when you do that. They're going
Right.
to think, oh, you're just a younger artist shooting ideas, which, if it's a bad idea, you know, Matt says this all the time, you could say a bad idea, but it'll lead us to that good idea. So, it'll change the direction, but, yeah. So, it's intimidating in the sense that they've worked with all of these other people, and, like, I don't want to feel like, either it feels like I'm doubting myself, or, you know, like that kind of stuff. It's just, it's still intimidating, but I'm getting better at it, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think that would intimidate me a little
It's-
bit too.
Yeah, it's It's intimidating.
Especially if somebody's been doing it for a long time and they're like a big name.
Yeah.
That would be very intimidating.
Yeah. And like right now, the only like actual artist I've met is Matthew West. But I feel like once I meet like other artists, not just songwriters, I feel like that's just gonna like through the roof because they're the actual like singers. Like
Right.
And like some songwriters, actually a lot of songwriters can sing really well. They're just not the on stage person.
Who's your dream person to work with?
Brandon Lake, probably.
I was thinking about
Eventually. I mean, I feel like I have to say that he's been a big like part of my journey. I feel like in Christian.
Do you feel like he's influenced you the most?
I wouldn't say like not over like my parents or like something like that.
No,
but
I meant like as far as a singer.
Oh yeah, for sure. Him, Elevation, and then I had a huge Maverick kick for a while, Maverick City. That definitely influenced it, and I feel like a lot of my music sounds like Brandon Lake sometimes.
I like watching them do just writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Years ago, they used to have this show on, I mean, it outdates you guys, but it was like more country music, and they would have to write a song with, some other songwriters, and they would go into a room and they would just write some songs, and they would come out with a song at the end, and it was really interesting to watch.
Yeah. I think, honestly, so I've had sessions here with like friends like Dylan or something, and I get nervous because I'm like, not nervous in the sense they're going to judge, but I get nervous they're going to get bored and think I'm like bad at songwriting, because you got to think these sessions are like 6 hours long.
Wow.
Okay, that's pushing it. Probably like 4 to 5. Like,
do you like take breaks, or you just you're just in the moment?
Sometimes. In my sessions, we've only taken like one actual like lunch break. We went to Apple Studios, and then we went to like this pizza shop in the middle of it and came back.
Do you pack your lunch?
There's one guy who came in with a packed lunch. And like you're going to other people's houses, so like.
Oh really? Do they have like little studios then in their house?
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, most of them just have like studios in their house, and then maybe when you're mastering a track, some artists, like if you're probably a bigger artist, you're probably going to go to an actual studio, but like a lot of songs you hear done probably in
somebody's
don't quote me on
house?
this, but probably done in somebody's house.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Which some of these studios are insane.
I bet.
Like the one studio I went to last trip, it was like this really like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just the most perfect studio. Like it's what I want. It was like this green all over, not an ugly green, like a good, I don't know how to describe it. I have to show you a picture. Like,
can you imagine someday having a house with your own studio in it?
that's the goal.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
That's the goal. I've thought about actually doing that in my basement, but there's just no point. I'd have to like build stuff up, and I'm not going to be there much longer probably.
Right.
Not long enough to make it worth it. So, but yeah, that's definitely the goal one day, is to either have it completely separate from my house, like just in my yard, or like turn a garage or something.
You get one of those Amish houses where they have like what they call a little dotty house, and that's where the old parents would stay, and they called it dotty
I
house.
didn't know that.
What?
I didn't know that's what it was called, but
Okay, I'm
I
the
didn't
only.
know they did that.
I'm the only.
I know what
Amish
you're
one
talking
here.
about. I am not anywhere near Amish.
But that's what they do. They have the family, and they build those little houses. You've seen it.
Doesn't Haley's? I'm pretty sure.
She might.
Unless it's just they have a house on her parents' property, but.
Well, like a lot of Amish, like if you buy an Amish house, or what was formerly an Amish house, they have like little dotty houses. And dotty in Dutch is grandpa. So it's grandpa house.
Oh.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sorry, I needed to explain that to everybody.
I don't know Dutch either. So I don't know any Dutch actually, which is surprising because I live here.
Well, I grew up with, my parents were Amish. And then before they got married, they turned into Mennonite. So I grew up Mennonite.
Oh.
Yeah.
How was that like?
That was like, you're in church Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesdays. And you always had to, like, at first we had to wear dresses to church all the time.
Gotcha.
And I didn't have to otherwise, but the more stricter Mennonites did. And then they had to wear a covering. I did not, because you have to get baptized to wear the covering.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So I never wanted to be baptized because I was covering. I was not about that life.
I feel like it's chilled out a little bit.
It is. It's not that way anymore.
Yeah.
You know. And then when I did get a covering, it was like this big. This big for the audience.
I didn't know you wore a covering ever.
I only did when I went to a Bible college.
Oh.
So that was the only time I ever wore one.
I didn't know that.
And I didn't know what I was doing with it. I didn't know how to put it even on my head. The girls had to help me. The girls in my dorm room. The dorm room was like this big, and there were 4 of us in there. How all my clothes fit in there, I have zero clue.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
I guess, no, there were 3 of us, but one little tiny closet this big.
That sucks.
Yeah.
We got in trouble because we hid on the top of the closet one time.
For what?
And we got written up for it. Because we were being too noisy after hours. Stupid.
What? Okay.
Exactly what
I was such a rebel.
I also remember this one memory. I think I've told you this before. This one memory of I was walking into, like, is that the time we did, like, after school, like, theater and stuff, like, yeah. And I remember walking into the building, and you were pulling up, and
I remember this.
Your windows were all the way up, but I could still hear it. You were, like, blaring Brandon Lake, and it was like, I don't know what song it was. It might have been Praise.
It was either Praise or Praise You Anywhere.
It was Praise You Anywhere.
Yep, I think it was right after it came out or something
Yeah,
like that.
it was like
it was blaring.
Blasting. Like you
I
could
had it
hear
all the
like
way
a
up.
mile away. It was so funny. I remember like walking and I was laughing.
Gotta plant seeds.
Yeah.
No, I remember you played Hallelujah at Christmas that one
Hallelujah.
time at the zoo.
Oh,
and they videoed it, and I went, "Who's that guy?"
Oh, wait, you're talking about Mary Did You Know?
Mary Did You Know? Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
That's what
And I went, "Who's that guy?" Because he can sing. And then I became a fan at that moment because I love Mary Did You Know, and I always make you sing Hallelujah too.
Yeah.
For everybody out
Mary
there.
Did You Know? That, like, I've sung so many songs at Waynedale, but Mary Did You Know is the one they remembered, and it was probably one of the worst.
What?
No,
I couldn't play guitar at the time.
Yeah, but did you notice how everybody just stopped and went, "Whoa"?
Literally, all of us in the audience were like, our jaw was on the floor because like we didn't know. Like
No.
That's weird to me because that wasn't the first time I sang.
I know, but it was.
But that's the first time people went.
Yeah, it was like everyone would like look around and was like. It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember like random people, not like weren't in our group at all. Like,
I was
just
like,
at the zoo came up to me and like,
that kid.
"Do you have any released music or like all this stuff?" And I'm like, "No, I'm in high school." I'm
But
literally.
you need to
Was
be.
that sophomore or junior
Yeah,
year?
it was serious.
So
Junior year.
amazing. That's when I went, I'm a fan.
Yeah, I was.
He's got to do something.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know. I can't listen to that recording. I still
What?
have it.
It's so
It
good.
was so good.
It
I can't
really
get past
was.
the guitar. I could not play guitar.
It was so good.
I didn't even know that you were. I didn't even remember you were playing guitar.
Wasn't it piano?
No, it was guitar.
It was guitar.
It was guitar, and I was way like offbeat because I was trying to look at the chords and think about what I'm playing because I
It was so
wasn't good at
though.
guitar at that time.
See, that's like I sometimes you hear the emotion behind it. It can be the most crappiest thing, but you hear the emotion behind it, and it changes everything.
Mm.
I think that was part
That-
of it too.
Yeah, I've been told about emotions.
Right.
I guess I have an emotional sounding voice, which a lot of the time, I'm in a worship setting, I am emotional anyways. But outside of that, like, I do genuinely have an emotional sounding voice.
You know, a lot of times when we go into like worship time at church, I had the habit of like judging and be like, oh, I can't even this week, I cannot. And then I had to learn that it was my heart that needed to be changed and not them. And when I did that, my worship time changed.
Right. Which actually I've been told once that it's the worship leader's duty to set the presence. And I was like, no. We walk into the church, the presence is already there. It's up to you whether you are in. Like, a lot of probably colleges that teach worship leading or any classes will probably tell you different. I'm going off Bible. And I'll say, like, I might be the worship leader, but I'm not, this is going to sound awful, I don't care about the crowd. I don't care what they think out there. I'm going to close my eyes. They'll tell you not to close your eyes, which they'll say, see how the crowd's reacting. I'm like, no, I pray about my worship set list. I feel strongly they're of God, and then I close my eyes and just straight up worship. Y'all can join me or not. I'm not I'm not worried about what y'all are doing. It's up to y'all and your heart posture and what you're doing, whether you enter in the presence, but I'm gonna be up there worshiping.
I will say the worship here is like no other that I've ever felt, because you just felt the presence of God.
Like every time.
Holy Spirit.
Right. I mean, it is like, there are times when, I mean, I know nobody can see it all the time, but I've had tears coming down before, and I'm like, oh, that affected me in a different way. And I don't always get that everywhere, and it's not just always my heart posture, but it has been the problem before. But
a lot of churches now, which I know that churches have different beliefs, but a very Spirit-led service allows the Spirit to move. There's no agenda, no time frame. There's no, like, some churches, I don't want to be attacked from churches.
Right.
They'll tell you not to, like, repeat verses.
Our episode
last week we went at it. A little bit.
They'll tell you not to repeat any verses or anything. I was like, why?
I know.
Or a lot of them are very against spontaneous worship. Like, I'll have those moments where I'm like speaking from my heart, like I'm speaking to God personally, and I've had times of like where God spoke through that, because I had spoken something in spontaneous worship and someone came up to me and like, that was exactly what I needed to hear.
Right.
And I was like, so that's how I know it's of God.
Right.
And this is what I say for Spirit-led services. I'll say, you can come prepared with songs, come prepared, but be prepared. Be prepared for the Spirit to move, throw off any agenda. There's been many Sunday services here where we've worshipped and we've just thrown the sermon. We're just going to continue in worship and adoration and like reverence. Like, we've had that, and that's a very Spirit-led service, and I think that's very important. It's very biblical.
I feel like sometimes not even just the people but the church can feel like it's a performance that has to be a certain way instead of thinking of it as not like, it doesn't have to be perfect, it can be messy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that it has to be just like by the book a certain way for it to hit people or to look good to a crowd.
Yeah.
But
no,
I think people should let it be messy.
Yeah.
And let it be different.
I think also that your dad should go in front of every church group and talk about worship and spank them a little bit, because that's what he did a little bit. And I mean, in a good way. But I was like, oh, yeah, I need to be like worshiping. This is me and God here. And like, not until he like said all that did I go, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
And I think he needs to do that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I can already hear all the controversy and all of that. Like, so we have this run club called Solace, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we've had meetings and we've talked about stuff like that. We've had different ideas.
Really?
We've shot out and we were like, oh, that'd probably be controversial.
Well, who cares? That's what we're here to stir the pot a little bit.
The cool thing about the Solace is a lot of us, we all grew up in different denomination. Most
cool.
of us. Some of them went to YWAM, which YWAM I believe holds a lot more Pentecostal beliefs or Spirit-filled beliefs. But like, there's very different denominations and different ways we grew up. Like, our parents, like if our parents came, like we'd see, you know, it's just different. Which also we haven't really let that hold us back. Like our last worship night, it was same thing I do. It was just, we go into spontaneous worship after. So like, we'll have church Wednesdays here, and then I'll immediately leave and go to Solace, because we'll go into a time of spontaneous worship. And so I think, honestly, that's being revived. I think God's reviving that, because I've heard from like the leadership team in Solace, and then different people in Solace, like, we've never felt this before. We want more of this. And I think God's reviving that, especially like we're trying to revive Wayne County in a sense.
Well, people are hungry for that, really.
They're hungry for the pureness of it. They don't want the by the book, what she was saying, by the book. They want the pureness, the messy, they want all of it. Just give me Jesus.
Because people don't want to try to strive for always being perfect. It's hard. And just seeing someone be able to go through it in a messy way, like, thank goodness somebody does that.
Like, we've talked about the messiness. The last worship night, we had practices for this, but me and the other worship leader, Josh, we were playing different chords the entire time, because like we were just going wherever we felt like, and like we were playing different chords, and it really doesn't matter. If it was meant to be perfect, it'd be a whole different like scenario, but it's just all like, I think that's gonna sound weird. God just wants the unperfected, just pure adoration, just lifting it up. He doesn't want, like they'll say, well, God wants our best. Let your best be the way you worship, not in how the worship sounds and how it looks. Like, just let it be in how you worship. He wants our best, and he wants our all.
Yeah.
Well, it's attractive to others, and before long, you're just a people magnet. And isn't that what we're supposed to do? Is take as many people as we can to heaven with us.
I think that goes beyond worship too. Like, even in our daily lives, I think that people like try and long for being perfect.
Our main goal on earth here is just to be a disciple. That's all we're called to be. It doesn't, like, the term Christian is such a prerogative term. Like, that was given to us by the world. The Bible doesn't teach us how to be a Christian. It teaches us to be a disciple. And so I think that's very important. And I want to share this. This might seem a little off topic, but like, this comes to my head all the time, and it happened in school along the terms with disciple. So I'm not going to say his name, but one time I was arguing at lunch with this guy, and he was like, dude, your whole personality's all like, you let Christianity be your whole personality. And at the time, I was so angry by that. I don't know why. I was so mad and like hurt by that. I was like, what? I don't let that be my whole personality. But now when I think about it, I wish I told him. I was like, dude, you're so right. That is the entire goal.
Right.
As long as you see that I'm trying to be Christian, that is my whole world, then that is the entire goal. And so
that was a compliment.
It was a compliment looking back, and I want to tell him so bad. I'm like, dude, thank you, because now I know I was impacting in high school. Like, it was known. It wasn't something I had to prove. It was just known that, like, I served,
But he's going to probably come at you in 20 years and say, hey, I'm thankful that you were like that.
I sure hope. We had so many, like, I hope I planted a seed, because we had so many, let's call them debates. I don't like argument. Debates about, because I'm pretty sure he's atheist. But we had so many different, like, ideas shot back and forth. And I'm like, well, look at it like this, look at it like that. And I'm like, I hope I planted a seed in that later on maybe I don't pray that he gets lost, but I pray that he finds Jesus. Like, I hope I planted a seed through that. And so that's all, like, the whole discipling. Like, that is the goal, you know? Let Christianity be your whole world. Plant seeds. Like, as far as ministry goes, like, as far as discipling in your ministry, finding that ministry, let it be something you enjoy.
Right.
Like, just whatever you enjoy.
Whatever you're passionate about.
Use ministry in that. And then that's how you do it.
That's letting our light shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, finding my way to worship music, like, that just started with me being interested in music. Like, I started with secular music. And then I took that hobby and I was like, I need to do ministry. So I used that hobby.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it.
And meanwhile, God sent back on, I knew the whole time.
Yeah.
I knew the whole time, like, see, I did this for this.
Yeah.
And 1 + 1 = 2.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so also I remember what I was going to say earlier.
Okay.
So I think that a lot of people think that when they go to God, they just think that they should tell God about either like the good moments in their life or like things that they want or like what's going on, like things that they strive for or like a goal, and say like, God, like I really, really want this to happen, or I don't know what decision to make. But I think too that God wants us to talk to him constantly throughout the day, like talk to us about, like, he doesn't care, like what if we just tell him like what we're eating for lunch. Like we could tell him like, oh, like I'm scared to do this, or I am gonna do this, or like even like the slightest decisions, like, oh, should I turn this way or should I turn that way, or should I go to, I don't know, like should I pick blue or red, like something like so small. I think God like wants that intimacy with us.
Because we're called to have a relationship. We're called the brides of Christ. It's a relationship. It's a halfway kind of thing. It takes both of us striving for that relationship, and it's not God knocking on our door saying, do you want this, do you want this, do you want this? No, we need to be talking to him constantly. Like, as far as even like a relationship, like compare it to a relationship here on earth and past relationships, like I was constantly talking to this person. I was like, hey, like just the most random stuff. And that's what we're called to do with God. Just just say whatever. Like, it's not supposed to be right before bed or right before dinner. It's supposed to be in all the time. Like, God, in this moment, like again, back with Solace, we were planning this next revival night, worship night, and we'd have a question like, where would it be? Then we all went into this time of prayer, which I'll ask God, where should this be? Then we went to, how should we do this? Pray to God. Like, just like, go to him with everything, Just talk to him about everything. It's a relationship. It's not in times of need. It's all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But,
So to kind of end off, what is a piece of advice that you would give to someone who feels like lost, or like they have maybe like a gift, or they have something they really want to do, but they don't know how to put it into worshiping God?
I would say it kind of goes along with what we said earlier, with a hobby or whatever you like. Like, stay for an example of something, because like I'm trying to like think like, what's an example of something that would be kind of harder to turn into ministry? Because really, ministry is just everyday life.
Well, I saw somebody just today that was an event planner, and they changed it, and they were planning. They got, I don't know if it was different like tools and stuff that you would use to plan a Christian event or a Christian dinner party. And I just thought that is a weird thing, but anybody taking anything that they do well
and turning it into
and using it for ministry.
Yeah. Even if it's like something that's not really normal right now, like it's not a normal hobby you wouldn't think would be used as ministry, start the trend, just give it a go. obviously I got the easy pick because music, it's pretty easy. But like this, you do media for the most part. Podcast became a trend, media, and then like as far as digital media for churches, for or you used to post stuff about like verses and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I kind of started
Yeah.
off. It just started off as like a Christian account just to post
Yeah.
stuff about Jesus, and then I was like, oh, like what if I just kind of started a podcast? Because for me, I just like always felt like I got a random burst of thought in my head, and I was like, oh, I just need to tell someone this. And so that's why I started a podcast, because like, well, I could just tell everybody.
Right. So like ministry, it's just find out what you want to do, what you like to do, and just do it for the glory of God. It doesn't necessarily have to be on a stage. It can just,
Yeah.
the church doesn't run without the behind the scenes.
Just being a servant.
It's just being a servant.
Just being a servant.
Right. Yeah.
Tell me where to go.
Yeah.
So do you have any music coming out that we should highlight?
I don't have dates or anything like that. We've talked about my next release being I think it's going to be these two songs. It's either going to be a song called Bail Money or Oh What a Day.
Ooh.
It's going to be.
Is that the new one that you just posted?
Yeah, I posted Oh What a
Man,
Day.
that was so good.
Yeah, a little background.
I
on
was
that
like,
one.
whoa.
Yeah, that one we wrote like this. It was one of those times where I just came in with an idea, and I had written like this hymnish kind of sounding thing. Like the chorus used to sound like really hymnish, and we kept majority of the chorus. And they were like, let's turn this into a song about baptism. Like this could be a good song about baptism.
It was so good.
And so we just went for it. And so yeah, I haven't heard or seen much songs like for baptisms.
No, I haven't either.
And so like we took that, went for it, and it ended up being, we loved it. And so yeah, it's a song about baptisms, like to reminisce on like, oh, what a day that was. Like
I always think about when Jesus got baptized too, and I wrote in my Bible, I would have liked to have been there to see that.
You'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, what a day.
I mean, it would have been
That would have been
amazing.
insane. to
I
see
know.
that. Like,
I'd be like, that'd have been amazing.
yeah. So it's a cool idea. And then I've said bail money on here, and I probably need to do an explanation of that. So like bail money, I took the idea of the crucifixion, which already pretty rugged, but I took a more modern twist on it and made it sound rugged and said, God's paying my bail money, right? Like he's freed me of my sins, broke the shackles, broke the chains. And normally bail money, we talked about in the session, it's like bail money is usually just get you out of jail until you get judged, like till you go to a judging. And essentially that's the same thing, where he bailed us free of our sins until judgment day, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a background on bail money. I don't know which one's going to come out first or when, but
Go follow
my
Carson.
guess,
Yeah.
go follow me, and you'll find out
It's on
eventually.
Instagram, it's
TikTok.
Instagram,
It's-
TikTok.
where do they
Your
find you on
at.
Instagram?
Instagram is Carson J. Garrett, and then we experimented something. We wanted to make my stage name Carson James, and we didn't like it. So my TikTok currently is Carson James.
Saw that. I was wondering, when did he change his last
Yeah, I
name?
was thinking that too.
But will be changed back to Carson J. Garrett. We're sticking with Carson Garrett. So yeah.
Nice.
Alright, nice.
Right.
Well, thank you for joining us
Yeah,
today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was great conversation.
I know. It's exciting.
Yeah. And thank you guys for tuning in, and we are so excited that you joined us today. And don't forget to follow us all on socials. Follow Carson, and then don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Spotify as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. We'll be praying for all of you. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.